Do you still remember The Good Life, the classic British sitcom that lit up screens from 1975 to 1978? What seemed like a cheerful tale of suburban self-sufficiency was actually a sharp, emotional mirror of its era. But what happened to the stars who brought this world to life? Some vanished into obscurity, others faced devastating illness, and a few carried hidden struggles until their final days. Don't blink. The real drama was behind the scenes. Welcome to Hollywood Movie Stars, where today we reveal how the cast of The Good Life has changed after nearly 50 years. Subscribe and tell me, how old were you when you first watched this show? Richard Briers.
It's hurting the back of my eyes.
Richard Briers starred as Tom Good, a disillusioned corporate draftsman who abandoned the rat race to embrace self-sufficiency in suburban Surbiton. Tom was witty, idealistic, and impulsively optimistic, a dreamer who persuaded his loving wife Barbara to dig trenches and raise livestock in the backyard. His chemistry with Felicity Kendal, Barbara, and constant social clashes with their snobbish neighbors, Margot and Jerry Ledbetter, fueled the show's enduring appeal. Born Richard David Briers on January 14, 1934, in Rains Park, London, he grew up in modest circumstances. His father was a health official, but the family faced emotional instability due to his parents' divorce. Before acting, Richard worked as a filing clerk and served in the RAF. He trained at RADA alongside Peter O'Toole and Albert Finney. At 41, he was already a well-known comedic actor when he took on The Good Life, but the show made him a household name. His impeccable timing and emotional depth turned Tom Good into a symbol of 1970s middle-class rebellion. Beyond the laughs, Briers infused the role with warmth and humanity, helping the series remain one of Britain's most beloved sitcoms. After The Good Life, Briers remained one of Britain's most cherished actors. He reunited with co-star Penelope Keith in Ever-Decreasing Circles, 1984 to 1989, where he played a neurotic suburbanite. He also voiced Rhubarb, a beloved animated green dog, and performed in numerous stage productions for the Royal Shakespeare Company. Despite public warmth, Briers faced private challenges. He suffered from a chronic lung condition, emphysema, caused by 5 decades of smoking. In 2003, he publicly quit and became an advocate for lung health. He was married to actress Ann Davies from 1956 until his death, and they had 2 daughters. He was awarded an OBE in 1989 and a CBE in 2003 for his services to drama. On February 17, 2013, Richard Briers passed away peacefully at home in London due to complications from emphysema. He was 79. His funeral was private, and he was later cremated at Mortlake Crematorium. At the time of his death, Briers' net worth was estimated at £1.5 million. Though never flashy, his legacy lies in generations of viewers who found laughter, comfort, and honesty in his performances. For many, he was the quiet heartbeat of British sitcoms, sincere, self-deprecating, and unforgettable. Felicity Kendal.
Maybe I could pay you in some other way.
Felicity Kendal charmed audiences as Barbara Good, the radiant and resilient wife of Tom Good. Barbara wasn't just a homemaker, she was Tom's equal partner in their suburban self-sufficiency adventure. With muddy hands, a radiant smile, and quiet determination, Barbara embodied the spirit of cheerful rebellion. Her chemistry with Richard Briers was electric, making their quirky, soil-covered life seem not only feasible, but aspirational. Born Felicity Ann Kendal on September 25, 1946, in Oulton, Warwickshire, she was raised in a traveling theatrical family, performing across India with her father Geoffrey Kendal's Shakespeare troupe. As a child, she often acted on makeshift stages, absorbing both classical literature and a unique bohemian upbringing. At just 28, she was cast as Barbara, a decision that transformed her from a regional stage actress into a national sweetheart. Her warmth, timing, and expressive range made Barbara unforgettable. Viewers adored her not just for the character's charm, but also for her grounded relatability. The show propelled Kendal into the spotlight, earning her the Most Popular Actress award at the 1976 BBC TV Awards and opening doors for a long-lasting career in both comedy and drama. Following the success of The Good Life, Felicity Kendal transitioned smoothly into acclaimed stage and television roles. She became a regular in Tom Stoppard's plays, notably Indian Ink, and appeared in series like Rosemary and Thyme, 2003 to 2006, portraying a crime-solving gardener with flair. Kendal was also a contestant on Strictly Come Dancing in 2010, showcasing her enduring charm. Her personal life was marked by both triumph and turbulence. She married actor Drew Henley in 1968. They had one son, but the marriage ended in 1979. She later had a long-term relationship with playwright Tom Stoppard. Kendal has spoken openly about battling depression and anorexia in her youth and later facing early menopause in her 40s. Despite these struggles, she has remained active, resilient, and deeply respected in the British theatre community. She was appointed CBE Commander of the British Empire in 1995 for her contributions to drama. Now, in her late 70s, Kendal still occasionally acts and remains a beloved figure among generations of fans. As of 2025, Felicity Kendal is alive and well, living in London. Her estimated net worth is around £3 million. Penelope Keith. Penelope Keith delivered an unforgettable performance as Margot Ledbetter, the impeccably dressed, socially aspirational neighbor. Margot was posh, opinionated, and resistant to the Good's unconventional lifestyle, yet her exaggerated reactions and veiled fondness for her eccentric neighbors made her one of the show's comedic anchors. Her dynamic with Tom and Barbara Good, as well as her often bemused husband Jerry, added richness to the ensemble. Penelope Ann Constance Keith was born on April 2, 1940, in Sutton, Surrey. Raised by a single mother after her father left the family during World War II, she showed early talent for theater and joined the Royal Shakespeare Company after training at the Webber Douglas Academy. At 35, she was relatively unknown when cast as Margot. Originally meant to be a minor role, her presence was so commanding that writers expanded it significantly. Her towering height, sharp delivery, and haughty elegance created a character who became iconic in British comedy. The role earned her a BAFTA for Best Comedy Performance in 1977. Behind the scenes, Keith was known for her professionalism and private nature, rarely engaging in publicity stunts or gossip, which only heightened her enigmatic charm. After The Good Life, Penelope Keith became a staple of British television. She starred in To the Manor Born, 1979 to 1981.
You should have refused. They were supposed to come to me on bended knee.
Portraying Audrey Forbes Hamilton, a widowed aristocrat adjusting to changing times. The show drew audiences of over 20 million and solidified her as a national treasure. She also appeared in Executive Stress and No Job for a Lady, further showcasing her range in character-driven comedies. In 2002, Keith became president of the Actors Benevolent Fund and was later appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, in 2014 for her services to drama and charity. She has no children and has been married to policeman-turned-executive Rodney Timpson since 1978. Known for her preference for rural living, she resides in Surrey and avoids the spotlight. She rarely gives interviews, choosing instead to focus on horticulture and civic work. Despite stepping back from regular acting after the 2000s, she appeared in documentaries celebrating British heritage and television history. As of 2025, Penelope Keith is alive, aged 85, enjoying retirement. Her estimated net worth stands at £6 million. With grace, wit, and a legacy of refined roles, she remains one of Britain's most dignified comedy icons. Paul Eddington.
When you're upstairs and you come downstairs, turn off the light upstairs.
And fall down the stairs.
Paul Eddington played Jerry Ledbetter, the mild-mannered, well-groomed neighbor who worked in the corporate world and often found himself caught between loyalty to his wife Margot and friendship with the free-spirited Goods. Jerry was polite, passive, and subtly amused by the chaos next door. His dry wit and moments of reluctant support brought balance to the otherwise clashing personalities.
Gutting fish and chopping wood, what fun you have. Where are you taking your holidays this year? Labour camp?
Paul Eddington was born on June 18, 1927, in St. John's Wood, London. He attended Quaker schools and later joined the Entertainment's National Service Association, ENSA, during World War II. His acting career began with repertory theater in the 1950s, gradually transitioning to television roles. He was 48 when he took on The Good Life, already known for his role in The Power Game. However, Jerry Ledbetter cemented his image as a quintessential middle-class Englishman. Unlike his louder co-stars, Eddington's subtle comedic timing and natural charm gave the character understated depth. Off-screen, he was known for his humility and kindness, avoiding the spotlight even as his popularity grew. Following The Good Life, Paul Eddington achieved widespread acclaim as Jim Hacker in Yes Minister, 1980 to 1984.
That'd be a happy coincidence, wouldn't it, Brian?
Brian?
And Yes, Prime Minister, 1986 to 1988. His portrayal of a well-meaning but politically naive leader became a British cultural staple. The performance earned him 4 consecutive BAFTA nominations and secured his place among TV greats. Despite professional success, Eddington's personal life was marked by private suffering. Diagnosed with cutaneous T-cell lymphoma in the early 1970s, he kept his condition hidden from the public for decades. In a rare interview, he said he wanted to be remembered as someone who did very little harm. He married Patricia Scott in 1952, and they had 4 children. Their marriage remained strong throughout his illness. Paul Eddington passed away on November 4, 1995, at the Royal Marsden Hospital in London, aged 68. The cause was complications from cancer, which he had endured for over 2 decades. He was cremated, and a memorial service was held at St. Paul's Church, Covent Garden. At the time of his passing, his estate was valued at approximately £500,000. Though modest by celebrity standards, his legacy is rich in integrity, compassion, and timeless performances that continue to inspire generations. Charmian May. Charmian May portrayed Lady Truscott, Margot Ledbetter's aristocratic friend. Although she appeared in only 1 episode, The Guru of Surbiton, in 1977, her performance left a notable impression. Lady Truscott embodied upper-class superiority, exuding elegance with a tinge of snobbery. Her interaction with Margot highlighted the subtle class tensions in suburban Britain, adding a fresh dynamic to the show's core themes of lifestyle rebellion and social structure. Charmian Rosemary May was born on June 16, 1937, in Ilford, Essex. She studied at RADA and later became a respected figure in both classical theater and British television. Before breaking into screen roles, she taught drama and directed stage plays, showing early signs of her leadership and intellect. She was 40 when she filmed her brief yet memorable appearance in The Good Life. Though her role in the series was small, May's sophisticated delivery and commanding stage presence enriched the episode. She had a natural ability to bring depth to even the most concise roles. Her portrayal of Lady Truscott added to the show's satirical commentary on social elitism, earning her quiet admiration from viewers who remembered the character long after her brief appearance. After her appearance on The Good Life, Charmian May continued building a steady career in British film and television. She played recurring roles in popular shows, such as After Henry, The Bretts, and notably as Aunt Agatha in Jeeves and Wooster, 1990 to 1993. Her screen presence was often associated with upper-class authority figures, calm, precise, and poised. May remained unmarried throughout her life and kept her private affairs away from the public eye. She devoted much of her later years to stage performances and community arts programs. Despite rarely appearing in lead roles, she was a familiar face to audiences, known for bringing quiet dignity to each character. Charmian May passed away on October 24, 2002, at the age of 65. The cause was undisclosed, and her passing was noted primarily in theater circles and among British comedy fans. She was cremated privately in London. At the time of her death, her estimated net worth was modest, approximately £250,000, reflecting a career built on consistency rather than commercial stardom. Though never a headline star, Charmian May remains respected for her craft, remembered fondly for her subtle, intelligent performances that enriched many classic British shows. Moira Fraser. Moira Fraser played Felicity Ledbetter, Jerry's mother, in the episode A Tug of the Forelock, 1977. Her character was the epitome of upper-middle-class conservatism, graceful yet commanding, always impeccably dressed, and quick to assert her social expectations. In her brief appearance, Felicity challenged the Goods' way of life while offering subtle commentary on generational differences and shifting British values. The role, although limited to one episode, showcased Fraser's elegance and comic timing. Born Moira Fraser on December 3, 1923, in Sydney, Australia, she moved to the UK as a child and trained as a ballet dancer before transitioning into acting. Her early career included stage work in musicals and light comedies. By the time she appeared on The Good Life, she was 53 years old and already established in British theatre and television. After her appearance in The Good Life, Moira Fraser continued acting in British television and stage productions. She was a frequent presence in sitcoms such as Fresh Fields, Terry and June, and as time goes by.
I mean, Stephen, of all people, arranging something like this.
Her typecast as refined matriarchs or elegant society women was cemented through years of consistently well-crafted performances. Her final television appearance was in Doctors, 2000. Fraser led a relatively quiet personal life. She was married to director Howard Payne and had 2 children. Known for her professionalism and warm demeanor, she was respected both on set and in theater circles. Despite her steady work, she never sought the spotlight, preferring roles that supported ensembles rather than headlines. Moira Fraser passed away on December 5, 2009, in England, just 2 days after her 86th birthday. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Her funeral was held privately, in accordance with her low-key lifestyle. At the time of her passing, her net worth was estimated at approximately £500,000. George Cole. George Cole guest starred in The Good Life as Mr. Perry, Tom Good's former boss, in the episode The Early Birds, 1976. As the managing director of the firm Tom quit, Mr. Perry symbolized the stiff corporate world that Tom rebelled against. With his authoritarian tone and clipped demeanor, Cole's character provided a stark contrast to the carefree, self-sufficient lifestyle Tom pursued. The role, though brief, was crucial in highlighting the turning point in Tom's journey. Born George Edward Cole on April 22, 1925, in Tooting, South London, he was adopted at 10 days old by a council worker and his wife. Leaving school at 14, Cole worked as a butcher's boy before landing his first acting job. He later trained under Alistair Sim, who became a lifelong mentor. By the time of his appearance on The Good Life, Cole was already a celebrated British actor, with roles in St. Trinian's films and numerous stage productions. He was 51 during filming. Following his appearance in The Good Life, George Cole continued his prolific acting career, becoming a household name as Arthur Daly in the hit ITV series Minder, 1979 to 1994. His portrayal of the charming, scheming used car dealer became iconic, earning critical praise and public adoration. The role defined his later years and brought him national recognition. Cole married twice and had 4 children. Despite his fame, he avoided celebrity culture and lived a relatively modest life. He suffered no major public scandals, and peers often described him as professional, humble, and generous with young actors. In his final years, Cole battled health issues, including complications from pneumonia. He passed away on August 5, 2015, at the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading, at the age of 90. He was cremated, and his ashes were interred in Reading. At the time of his death, George Cole's net worth was estimated at approximately £1.2 million. Even the briefest appearances in The Good Life left a lasting impression on fans. From leading roles to guest cameos, each actor helped shape the show's unique charm. If you notice any details that may be inaccurate, feel free to kindly share your thoughts. We're always looking to improve future videos. Which cast member do you remember most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Hollywood Movie Stars for more unforgettable stories.